And welcome to the Even More Secret Podcast, episode 18. Now the Even More Secret Podcast is only a secret because no one's watching, and you can make us less of a secret by following the links in the description to our various social media accounts. No longer will you have to follow a link to Iron Chef of Life, however, as Chris has made it back to the land of the living.
I've gotten my Twitter account back. Like it honestly does feel like July was just a cursed month for me. Although it has bled over a little bit into August, and I'll talk about that here in a second. But yeah, so like it was literally August 1st, like just it's about to hit midnight to go from July 31st to August 1st. I get an email from Twitter, and they're like, yeah, like it turns out like we were a little bit wrong. So like here's your account back. Because when they first initially sent the suspension thing, I was like, well, I mean, this is interesting. I would like to know if this is like a permanent suspension or if it's temporary. And then I explained it, and I was like, this is, a joke between two, consenting people type beat. And I let it be that because I didn't think it was that serious. And then a few days later, I get an email back from Twitter, and they're like, yeah, fuck off. You're permit. And I was just like, well, see, now that's interesting because you said I'm suspended permanently. Now, suspended is not usually associated with permanence. So I'm like, well, what does that mean exactly? So I emailed them back again, and I'm like, well, I'm a little confused by this wording. Is this still temporary or is this permanent? Because I feel like these two words are maybe a little bit conflicting. And then I went on to say, if this is a permanent decision, I feel like I am being treated very unfairly because, as I stated, this was merely a joke between two people that were that knew what was going on, that were consenting to this type of interaction. Like nobody took any offense to this. It was like just a completely like normal thing. And then I let it be that. I thought that I was just fucked.
Yeah.
Naturally.
Well, then a few days after that, on August 1st, I did get an email saying that I have been unbanned. So OmegaPro YT is still the @. What's good, ladies and gentlemen? Never switch up. You feel me? I'm still on my motherfucking bullshit. If they try to get at me again, see if I won't clap back again, bro. I'll join Facebook, bro. See if I give a shit, bro. They ain't never gonna stop a real nigga like me, bro.
There's always gonna be another social media I can flock to, bitch. Don't think you're out here being special.
You feel me? But yeah, I thought that August would be the turn of a better, brighter future for me. And then literally like, hold on, when did I get this email, bro? Like it's gotten to the point where I have anxiety. Like every time I hear the notification for an email, like my heart drops because I've gotten like, I won't get into like specifics because bullshit, but like I've just gotten like so many emails that have just been the bearer of bad news. But this email came.
You get an email and you're like, oh no. Oh, okay. Thank God.
Yeah.
It's just Rhymestyle's new video.
So this came at 12:48 a.m. U-Haul sends me an email and they're like, hey, what's up? You have some outstanding charges from your move. And I'm like, how is that possible? What do you mean? Because like I dropped it off. The guy did this inspection for like 15 fucking minutes and he's like, you're good. And then they're like, yeah, turns out like fuck off. And they charged me like somewhere around the neighborhood of $100.
Oh,
so like this is bad because I don't want to get into specifics, but I'm already in the hole money wise in some other areas of my life right now. So like I didn't need that, to say the least. So yeah, that just happened. Y'all like what's your recommended way to commit suicide, I guess?
What
like this is
fuck, man.
It's not great, bro. It's not great. And like the thing is like I can't like there's no way I can like even talk to them because like they just took my money, bro.
Are you serious?
Yeah. They just dead ass took it.
What?
They said it was a combination of like some shit with gas, and there were tolls, I guess. And then I don't know where because like a full tank of gas is only like was like 60 to fill it up or some shit, and we did not return it with that low of a gas tank. And then there were some tolls in New York that were pretty expensive, but like $100 though, like that seems a little ridiculous to me. But
you guys just didn't like just pay the toll?
Like that's another thing too, because like I did not consciously see us go through any tolls, and if we did, we would have paid it, because when we were driving, there was like signs everywhere that was like, "Yo, there's about to be a $15 toll," and we're just like driving through New York, and like there was no toll. But I guess it may have been like a tight beat where it's like they just like email you or like
they
mail
take a
you
picture of your license plate.
Yeah.
And then send you the toll thing. So I'm guessing that may have been it. And there was like a few of those or some shit. But like, I just the boy has been fucked. Like I'm in a hole right now. Like I'll be fine. Like I don't want to worry niggas. Like I'll get out of it. But it's like, it sucks because like I really wanted to start like saving for TwitchCon and getting all that shit set up. Yeah. So what I've been thinking about doing is like on August 11th, when I return to Twitch, I can't think of what I want to do yet, but I want to do like a t-shirt design for like me being free and me coming back and shit like that. I feel like that'd be pretty cool. And like the proceeds of that would go to like my plane ticket and my TwitchCon ticket, because like initially like I would have been fine. I could have covered that shit myself, but with things that have come up in my lifestyle, you know what I mean? It's like yeah, it's like, rough.
Like financial, like the thing is like I'm actually like, I mean, I know like just as like a jumping off point from there, like with our Patreon, you know, we were like expecting to make 500 on Patreon this month, which split up whatever it is, like would have been a good bit for me and Chris, and then, you know, Xavier even would have been able to purchase a video game and gotten gas. So whereas normally like he can
maybe
like,
eat a meal,
like he can like take a girl out and ask her to pay the tip. So you know, we were looking forward to that. I was especially looking forward to that because I was just kind of like I'm sure Chris was too, especially, but like, you know, I was just like, yo, you know, like your boy out here making moolah, baby. And you know, it ended up being like significantly less, I want to say, than I thought it was going to be. Like we ended up losing about $150 on our Patreon.
Yeah.
And I'm not exactly sure. Like I know the $100 patron who left, just, you know, like financially couldn't get a $100 Patreon anymore, which is completely understandable. And like we don't actually expect any of the $100 patrons to stay $100 patrons because it's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. Like it was meant to be a joke, and like people just actually did it. But then like when like the month is coming close, like we're like, oh shit, like we're actually going to make this money, and then we didn't. So like that was kind of rough. And then on top of that, Patreon, I don't know if you guys saw this, but Patreon like fucked up their banking system.
Oh yeah.
Like, and so like there's potentially like, so we ended up losing like $150 off of our Patreon or something like that. And I think like a decent bit of that 50 came from Patreon fucking up.
Yeah. Like it wasn't like something where some Patreon creators were like, I mean, I'm fine over here. It was like everybody was like, yeah, you know, we've been fucked.
Yeah, everyone was just like, well, I guess I can't pay my rent this month.
With like it, which is crazy because like with how big Patreon is, I don't see how like
this isn't the first time they've had something like this happen either.
Exactly. It's like, how does this keep happening?
Yeah, it's definitely an interesting decision on their part. You know, but like they are run by like an actual buffoon, so that probably has something to do with it. Like some of the decisions that like I love Patreon because, you know what I mean? Like it gives us the opportunity to like even do this show, to be honest.
Like we would not make not even a fraction of what we make off this podcast if it wasn't for Patreon.
No, like Patreon is entirely like the way that we really make money. Every once in a while we'll sell a shirt or like get like $10 from selling shirts or something. But like for the most part, like our income when it comes to this podcast is based entirely around our Patreon. So like to get fucked like that, you know, I just personally, I don't like getting fucked, period. I know Xavier might have a different opinion on that.
I definitely do, personally.
But I personally do not enjoy being fucked by a long, hard cock of a business that can hold over me the entirety of my income. Thankfully,
especially when I've been fucked so many times recently.
Yeah, thankfully my
not a great feeling.
Talks Too Much Patreon wasn't really affected too much. Like I lost a couple people as Patreons, but I think they just didn't want to be a Patreon anymore, or at least I hope so. Well, I guess I don't hope so because I'd prefer that they did, but I'd prefer that to the company that is the arbiter of my paychecks fucking me,
which would not be great, obviously.
Yeah, no, I would not prefer that. That was interesting.
Speaking of getting fucked, you may notice I don't have a webcam right now. That's because 2 days ago I had internet installed here at my fucking mother's house in the basement, and it didn't work. Like almost on impact. Like homeboy hooked it up, left, and I was like, all right, cool. 20 minutes later, shit goes down. So I called him out, came back same day, and he's like, all right, I'm gonna switch your modem out. You obviously have a bad modem. And I was like, oh yeah, obviously. And so he switches out the modem, leaves, can't connect to it at all now, let alone let it crash 20 minutes later.
So did it work while he was there, and then as soon as he left, it just stopped working?
He switched out the modem, plugged it in, and left, assuming that it would work when it came back on.
Sure.
Like even if not like be fixed, like I would at least be able to reconnect back to it, you know?
Yeah.
Right.
And then he left, and then I called again, and I was like, hey, guy, like now I can't connect at all. And he was like, all right, bet, I'm on my way back. And then he spent about half an hour. Like he took like the thing out of the wall to see if like that was the problem and like replaced the piece for that. And then like finally called him. I had to like flip the switch back on, because apparently when you switch out the modems, that's like it switches off the switch that says you've got internet now.
Yeah.
So he switched that back on, and then I was like, all right, bet. Internet worked for like a day. Woke up the next morning, crashed. So I called them out again that day, and that guy came back twice the same day as well. So they've been to my house 5 times in total now, have not fixed the issue. Like the thing that's weird is like it'll either like when I reset my modem, it'll either crash like 20 minutes later or it'll last like a day. But either way, like it's just like it appears to be going down on like a cycle. Do you see what I'm saying? Like there's like times of the day where it'll just crash, but it doesn't just crash. Like it crashes and will not come back until I restart the modem.
So like, what do you mean by it crashes necessarily?
Like so, like okay, like I'll be like if it were to happen right now, I'd be sitting here, and like I would just lose all. Like I wouldn't even. Okay, so you know when you're connected to Wi-Fi on a computer, that little like yielding triangle will show up next to your Wi-Fi when like it loses connection to something or whatever.
Yeah, yeah.
Like that doesn't happen. It still says I'm fully connected. I just can't do anything. Does that make sense?
I've had that happen before. Like usually, like when that happens, who's your service provider?
Midco, aka garbage.
I don't know what that is, but like when it was Verizon or Cox or something, like I would have to call them, and then like magically out of nowhere they'd just be like they'd like flick a switch and then it like starts working again. I believe that would be them like throttling or something. At least that's what it was. That's what it seemed like it was for me or something. Or it could just be that the actual technician just like fucked up and did not install the internet correctly, which is
well, because like the thing that's weird is like I've had 2 different technicians out now, and they've both like both of them are just dumbfounded. They have no fucking idea what it could be, and I'm like, yeah, you know, this is your job though. Like you should probably just fix my internet. Thanks.
Yeah,
get on that.
Like at the end of the day, like you know, I might just have to go ahead and switch up on you niggas, bro. Like I'm really about to have to do it to them.
I'm honestly like I can't believe you've even dealt with it this long. Like I would have.
It's only been 2 days, and like
two days in 2018 without internet, bro. Like nukes could have went, and you wouldn't know.
I'm not without internet. I have internet. It's just significantly slower.
Like without internet means like there's any struggle at all. Like if my like when my internet goes out for 3 minutes every night or whatever it is, like every like you know what I mean? Like you lived here, Chris. Every once in a while, the internet would just like decide, it's like, no,
fuck off.
Give me a break, okay? You're on this thing enough. That's what it says to you. And then like you can either be like, I'm gonna walk to the living room and I'm gonna turn this thing on and turn it back on, or I'm gonna turn this thing off and turn it back on, and it's going to work because it just works like that because they just they're just like testing you. Or I'm just gonna go to sleep right now. It's them literally like saying, go to sleep. We don't feel like paying for this internet anymore.
Yeah.
And like, keep in mind, you might be asking yourself, like, there's probably not good margins on internet, but you'd be wrong. There are incredible margins on internet. In fact, you probably pay over $100 for your internet package, and it costs them less than $5 a year to provide you with that internet.
I'm about to get in the internet business, bro.
Oh, you'd like to, if it weren't for the fact that every internet provider has a monopoly.
Yeah, ain't that a shame?
Remember all those antitrust acts that we're supposed to have?
Yeah.
Yeah, shout out the government, bro.
That's why we need Teddy Roosevelt to come back, bro.
I saw, like, I don't want to talk about it a lot because I want everybody to watch it. I just need to talk about it.
The tea?
No.
Oh.
Something completely different.
Okay.
I saw probably my favorite movie of the year today. Sorry to Bother You. I don't know if anybody, have you seen the trailers? The trailer for it?
I saw half of the first trailer, and I closed my eyes after that. I was like, I want to see it.
Yeah, that was a good idea.
I saw the moment I knew I wanted to see that movie was in the like part of the trailer where he's like pouring out some champagne or some shit. He says like some for the homies and some for me. Like that shit. That was fucking hilarious.
I knew I wanted to see that when
that moment
he spoke and a white voice came out.
Dude,
I laughed to myself and then I just went like this and like put my head down in my knees.
Yeah, my brother, like, he texted me like a couple days ago or something. He was like, yo, there's this movie, Sorry to Bother You. Don't watch a trailer, don't watch a review, just watch it, trust me. And then I was like, I mean, that's a little interesting. And then I went to my sister's house, I think a day or two ago, and we were debating about going to the movies that day, and that's when he showed me the trailer. And when the white voices came on, I fucking lost it. That shit was completely hilarious. And so then earlier today, me and my brother go grocery shopping and shit for the house and shit. And then we come back and it's like, because this movie got a limited release, at least where I live. So like there's only like one movie theater around here that plays it, and they only had 2 showings, and one of them was at 6:45, and it's like fucking 6:20 or some shit. So we're like, all right, bet we're gonna go watch this movie real quick. This movie is great. Again, I don't want it. It's very funny, it's very entertaining, and has a good message. So I'll leave it at that. See this movie if at all possible. I know it's in limited release, so you might not be able to, but just like listen out for it when it comes out or some shit, and you're like, oh, this is out on fucking Netflix or Hulu, whatever the fuck. Like, give it a watch. It's great. I just needed to talk about it.
Thankfully, I live in a city that like is known, like partly known for its film school. So like there's always, like the small movies always come here.
That's good.
That's one thing I really do like about Richmond. Like they have like it's called the Bowtie Cinema, and they got like the normal movie theater that has all the normie movies, and then a lot like this movie's probably in like the like Pinky Up Cinema cocksucker like area, which I actually prefer because if I remember correctly, I think they have better seats in there. Like it might even be like recliner seats. I'm not 100% about that, but like it's much smaller. Like there's only like 4 rows in there because like 4 people are going to see this movie at a time,
Yeah.
Right.
And there's like 4 theaters. Like it's like in a separate building but in the same parking lot.
Okay.
See, and that's another thing. This movie's been out, I think, for a few days now or something, maybe even longer. But like, when we whipped up, it was like obviously one of the smaller like theater rooms there, and I expected like it was gonna be like me and my brother. But then we went there, it was almost like a packed show, and I was just like, oh shit, I'm actually kind of surprised. But it's got one of the dudes from Get Out, the guy that like fucking the camera flash, and he's like, get out.
He's the high guy as well in Atlanta.
In Atlanta, yeah. I love that dude.
He's also L in Death Note.
Yes.
Yeah, we don't talk about that joke,
yes,
bro.
he is. It's also got Valkyrie from Thor.
Oh, I fucking love her. She's so fucking hot.
Oh,
what's her name?
Oh, you're gonna like her in this movie, bro. That's all I'm gonna say. You're gonna like her in this film. You feel me? She's because like I'm not gonna lie.
Are you saying
like,
she's naked in this movie, or she's just looking good? This is not a spoiler to me. Tell me. Is it the difference between whether or not I go see this in the morning Or like,
I'm trying to work. I don't know if she actually like gets like naked, but it's pretty fucking close. And I'm not gonna lie, okay? Like, I know Matt's been talking about this woman. Like, I thought she was very attractive, obviously, but I was like, I don't really know about it. But got a better look at her.
she's hot.
At her assets in this film, and I'm just like, oh wow.
She is fucking hot.
Yeah, she's
I don't remember when I
bringing
knew
it.
she was hot, but I think I know what it is. Westworld, I think, confirmed to me that she was hot.
She's in Westworld?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
She's the black chick in Westworld. She not the no,
not
like,
the robot one,
not the robot, but the one who like works for the company and like comes in like halfway through the first season.
and she's
and
trying to
starts,
like
fucking shit up.
get all the info out, you know, or whatever.
Yeah, I thought it was interesting that she's in this film because like maybe they started shooting it when she wasn't as popular, but she's blown up a bit since, like, especially with her role in Thor and shit. So
she the first movie I saw her in was Dear White People. And I think I didn't like her or find her. I don't think I was actually really like, I don't think my taste buds had changed, so to speak. Yeah, because I don't think I was attracted to many African American women. However, you know, every 7 years your taste buds change, and boy did they change.
Homeboy's got jungle fever,
like low key. So I fucking randomly, I was just like, Iris West, woo! Like fucking this chick, woo! Like if they have dark skin, I'm just like, woo! Like I just randomly started like getting off to black chicks for some reason. So that was interesting.
Yeah. I also when I was at my sister's house, we didn't end up going to the movie theaters, obviously, but we're looking for movies to watch on their Fire Stick or whatever, and then we're like, people are throwing out like ideas or whatever. I'm just like, yeah, you know, I started listing off my favorite movies of all time. I'm like, you know, Akira, fucking The Departed, motherfucking ass, Scott Pilgrim vs. the World, and then people were like everybody that was in the room was just like, The Departed. I've never seen that movie, and I'm like, I'm sorry, how have you not seen the fucking Departed? So then we watched The Departed. The whole movie, they're like glued to the fucking screen. And I'm just
how could you not be?
Right, and I'm just sitting there smiling because like they don't know how this is gonna end. Like, because they keep saying like, oh, this is how it's gonna end. This is how it's gonna end. I'm just like, y'all niggas don't even know. I'm not going to spoil it because
that's one of the best fucking movies. It's, I think,
oh, for sure,
it's gotta be my favorite Martin Scorsese film, right?
Yeah, yes, by far. So like,
what's his competition? Taxi Driver. Have you guys seen Taxi Driver? That movie is fucking horrible. It's so bad. Like, I don't know how I got through that movie.
Interesting.
And people laud that movie like it's the fucking second coming of Christ. Like I went into that movie expecting the second coming of Christ, and I watched it, and I genuinely like wanted to die. I think I had to watch that for like a film class I took in high school. But yeah, I think Taxi Driver is quite possibly one of the worst movies I've ever seen. Not actually, but it's fucking bad.
Yeah.
It's really fucking bad, in my opinion. I really don't like that movie.
So yeah, we're watching The Departed. It gets to like one of the very last scenes where, you know, where how does it, like in the warehouse place,
if
right?
You know, you know.
Right, in the warehouse place, right? And then that happens, and then everybody's fucking pissed because like, oh my god, I can't fucking believe it and shit. And then, you know what I mean? Just their reactions were priceless. Like watching, I'm gonna make it a mission.
I might have forgotten how that movie ends exactly. Like I think I know.
Oh,
let me type it in the chat real quick.
Yeah, hit that. So like the movie, like by the end, they're just like, what the fuck? Because like, oh my god, that movie's phenomenal.
Is that?
Yes.
In the elevator.
No.
One of them in the elevator.
Yes, and then the other one later on.
Okay.
Yeah, so fucking incredible. Watch The Departed. Also, I just looked up Martin Scorsese to see like his films. I had no idea he did this film. Have y'all seen Shutter Island?
I have, yeah.
Oh God, that movie is fucking amazing.
That was one of the that was one of the first movies that made me really like movies, actually.
Yeah.
Like I can kind of think back to around when I like fell in love with like film, and like it's around that time, like around 2010, I think. Like Social Network, Shutter Island. I'm trying to think of like the movies where I was just like I just loved them. Like I just like I remember I watched. This was back when like Xbox was a fucking thing still, so that gives you an idea. I rented fucking the Social Network on Xbox Live, like video thing or whatever it was called. I don't remember.
I bought it on that shit.
I might have bought it, but I probably just rented it because it was cheaper. I think it was like 400 or 800 Microsoft points to rent this shit at the time.
Yeah.
And so it's like $5 or $10. I don't remember. And like I watched it like twice in a row. Like I watched it and I was like, all right, let me get more blueberries. And then I watched it again. I've seen that movie, like, I haven't seen that movie as much as Whiplash, but I love The Social Network. Like, that's one of my favorite movies.
Also, if you're curious about watching Shutter Island, it is on Netflix right now. I rewatched it, like, I think a week or two ago. So, yeah.
I love that movie.
Great.
Have you seen Goodfellas?
I've never seen Goodfellas. Which
I know that you're like me. You don't watch movies from before 2000, so
yeah,
like that's understandable. Goodfellas is pretty good. Like it's not the best thing I've ever seen, but like I was like I wasn't checking my phone every 5 minutes like you do sometimes when you watch a movie on like Netflix or something.
Right.
Taxi Driver is just genuinely appalling how bad that movie is. I plan on watching Casino soon.
So many rappers reference Goodfellas that I feel like I should like watch it at some point. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like 50 said, like I'm like Paulie from Goodfellas. You can call me the Don, and I'm like, nigga, I don't know what that mean, bro.
There's a scene from. Oh, let me show you a scene from Goodfellas if I can remember what to look up to find it.
My favorite thing, real quick, I've been wanting to say this for a second. My favorite thing is either of you will ask, have you guys seen this movie? And nobody waits for my response because they already know the answer. Like if you listen to this back and listen to every time somebody's like, have you guys watched this? I don't get a chance to answer because everybody knows already.
Oh, the first screenshot when you look up Goodfellas, that screenshot, I've seen that scene. Like on like one of those shitty video essays or something.
Oh, me too.
Yeah, I liked that scene.
On Images? Like, what are you looking up?
Yeah, on Images.
I
can screenshot it here.
The first thing that I see is like the picture, like just a picture of them and shit.
Y'all know Joe Pesci made an album when he was like 3 years old?
That's the screenshot I was talking about.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna link you guys this clip from Goodfellas. It's like it's like the thing that stands out to me the most. And like I kind of like lived by this bullshit for like a week after I saw it, and then I forgot it existed. Let me know when we're at 0.
I'm at 0.
Yo.
Okay, here we go. 3, 2, 1.
The guy's got Paulie as a partner. Any problems, he goes to Paulie. Trouble with the bill, he can go to Paulie. Trouble with the cops, deliveries, Tommy, he can call Paulie. But now the guy's got to come up with Paulie's money every week, no matter what. Business bad? Fuck you, pay me. Oh, you had a fire? Fuck you, pay me. The place got hit by lightning, huh? Fuck you, pay me.
Fuck you, pay me.
So is this where that term got coined?
Fuck
like
you, pay me?
Fuck you, pay me?
I doubt it, but I really liked that scene when I saw it originally.
Like the first comment is, I watched this when I need motivation for freelancing.
Yeah.
There it is.
Like same. Like after that, I was just like, fuck you, pay me. Like I didn't actually say that because I still wanted that business. But you know, I said like nah.
I'd like some money, please.
Is this shit on like any streaming service, or am I gonna have to hit
Pretty sure it's on Netflix.
That might be a cop, honestly. I might watch that.
I'm pretty sure I watched it on Netflix, but let me check.
So
I guess they took it off. That's unfortunate.
Right. Zed, you've seen The Wolf of Wall Street, right? Surely. That's not possible.
Are you serious?
Like, I'm pretty sure like The Wolf of Wall Street was like literally available on toasters and shit. Like,
yeah, no, I've never seen that movie.
How?
Wow.
I didn't think I even had to ask that one. Like I was certain that everyone that year saw.
Yeah, because like
The Wolf on Wall Street Among Us.
I was gonna say it was more of a rhetorical question, so that way we can talk about The Wolf of Wall Street.
Yeah.
Probably like what most people have actually seen from Martin Scorsese since he's been making films for a while. I can understand if people haven't seen all of his other films, because like The Wolf of Wall Street was like is not only like just a good film, it was like literally like everywhere when it came out.
Everyone saw that movie. Like literally, like
The thing that usually happens when a movie comes out is I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna go see that, and then like every week, like I see it at the theater, and I'm like, yeah, I'll go see that, and then I never go see it in the theaters, and then I just don't watch it.
This shit was on Netflix for the longest time too. I think they recently took it off, but it was on Netflix for like ever.
I think it might be on Hulu.
Oh, if it's on Hulu, I know what I'm watching tonight while I'm in bed.
Like just talking about it's like we haven't even really talked about it, but talking about it is making me want to rewatch it. But like it's such a commitment because it's actually fucking 3.5 hours or something.
Yeah, it's very long.
I think it's literally 3 hours.
Well, I'll watch that tomorrow then if it's on Hulu.
Please don't lie to me.
I'll watch that. I gotta watch that. Omega, this may upset you. I gotta watch that movie. I gotta watch Logan. I gotta watch Get Out. I gotta watch.
How have you not seen? Okay, I can't. People are sleeping. How have you not seen Get Out, bro? That's like a staple, especially if you got melatonin in your skin.
Yeah,
it's not on anything apparently. Right now,
I would say, honestly, change your priority list and watch. Have you seen The Departed? Okay, you're gonna watch The Departed first thing because it's literally like.
See, I feel like we need to get him into movies.
Yeah,
like I don't know that The Departed is the right one. Like even though
really?
I think, but let me explain.
Okay,
The Departed could be considered because it's also 3 hours, I believe. Could be
The Departed is 2.5.
It feels very long though, like not in a bad way.
Yeah, a lot is happening. Like it feels like the movie should end like in
like
a lot
3
of places.
times, I think, right?
Yeah, like it feels like it should end a lot, but yeah, good.
I feel like if we give him a fun movie that's also still dramatic and like shit like that, then perhaps. Actually, what would you prefer, Xavier? I don't know why we're asking you. You don't have an opinion on this.
I haven't seen movies.
So. Like
have you seen Django Unchained?
Yes.
Okay.
I've seen a vast majority of Quentin
seen
Tarantino films.
So you've seen Pulp Fiction?
Yes.
Okay.
I don't even like that movie that much.
That's a take. It's because like The Departed has funny moments, but it's mostly like that drama shit. Like Shutter Island is like just complete like drama bullshit, and
it's
then like
insanity is what it is.
But it's so good. And then The Wolf of Wall Street is like very fun. Like I feel like that movie's fun as fuck, but it's also
dramatic,
like yeah,
like I think it's like almost equally fun and dramatic. Yeah. Like it doesn't feel like it's a comedy necessarily.
Yeah, for sure. I also love the colors in The Wolf of Wall Street. Like God, I love colors. Anyways,
I've like never thought about the color in Wolf of Wall Street.
I'm just looking at this. I'm looking at this one screenshot of when he was in like the like giving the speech in the fucking in the joint in the whatever the fuck, and I just like the colors in that. Anyways, trying to think of a movie for this kid to watch.
Have either of you seen The Aviator?
No.
I don't think so.
Also Martin Scorsese.
Mm-hmm.
Also Leonardo DiCaprio. About one Howard Hughes. I love this movie.
Who Howard Hughes?
Let's find out this time on Dragon Ball Z.
You for real?
Howard Hughes.
Yeah, how do you not know Howard Hughes when Kanye compares himself to him all the time?
I've never.
Is that the dude who flew across the he was the first one to do like a flight across the ocean? Or is that a different dude? No, that's a different dude because that dude got his kid kidnapped or something.
Howard Robert Hughes Jr. was an American business magnate, investor, record-setting pilot, engineer, film director, and philanthropist. Known during his lifetime as one of the most financially successful individuals in the world.
Yeah, he
produced Scarface. Oh, that's crazy.
It's a very interesting movie. I don't want to get it. Like the beginning is very interesting, and like just what like I don't even know how to explain without like basically like Howard Hughes in his later years was insane. Like sincerely fucking insane. So you start watching this movie and Howard Hughes is like 22 or something, and he's like directing a film like I think like about World War I or something like that. And it's like got like planes and like planes getting shot, and like it's crazy to think that he was making this movie in like 1920 or something like that.
Right.
Like it was an astronomical amount of money to make that movie. Like it went over budget like quite a few times or something like that. And I think it ended up getting canceled or something, or ended up being really shit. And then like I can't even remember it all because there's like it's very similar. Like a lot of shit is happening.
Yeah.
You I think by the end of this movie he's like 60.
Damn.
Like maybe not that old. He's like definitely 40.
Right.
Maybe like 45 by the end of the movie. So you go through like his like a huge majority of his life. It's very, 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 very interesting. Not the movie to watch though, Zed. I had to watch that movie in 2 parts.
Gotcha.
It's fucking long.
Zed, have you seen Fight Club?
No.
That's like
No. What did your parents do with you?
Fight Club is a great film. I would put that one down. I think that movie's fun.
Oh, for sure.
What my parents did was my mom didn't care what I watched, and my dad made me watch all the black movies. So I've seen
This is a
every
man
Barbershop.
movie.
I've seen every Friday movie. I watched Get Rich or Die Trying, Hustle and Flow.
You're gonna want to write down Fight Club. I feel like that's a pretty big staple for a lot of people to watch.
Somebody spoiled that movie for me.
Fight Club?
Yeah.
That is unfortunate.
That is very
so like
unfortunate.
honestly, like I'll be genuine. I was planning on watching that movie, and like I think I said like, yeah, think about watching Fight Club, and they were like, yeah, what's in the fucking box? Am I right, huh? And then they said what was in the box, and I was like, cool.
Yeah, wrong movie, bud. So you did not get Fight Club spoiled.
Yeah.
Really? Oh, that's 7 or whatever that movie's called, huh?
Yeah. Also, I don't think personally that knowing what's in the box.
Right.
Really?
That's not.
I don't even think they tell you what's in the box.
I mean,
if I remember correctly, you don't.
It's very heavily implied, from what I understand.
It's implied, but like
enough.
It's up
Regardless,
to you.
It was a Brad Pitt movie, so I got it confused.
Have you seen Reservoir Dogs?
Yes.
I think that movie's shit.
I disagree. That's
like I thought that movie was fantastic the first time I watched it. Have you tried to rewatch that movie?
I haven't watched it in a while, but I've watched it like 3 times.
Okay.
Probably.
When I tried to rewatch that movie, I was like, whew. I cut it off.
You know what movie never hit with me? Inglourious Bastards. I never finished that film.
Me too.
I actually really liked that movie.
You have like you go to like the like you went to see a movie that's like almost entirely in Jew.
No, I saw it. It was on Netflix or something, and we watched it. Like,
but you know that movie is like in German the whole time.
Yeah, that's what threw me off of it the most. Honestly, like I just couldn't be asked.
Yeah, I was like, bitch, no.
Have you seen Memento? Actually, you don't want to start with that.
Have you seen Gone Girl?
Yes.
Okay.
Have you seen Zodiac?
I started Zodiac. I didn't finish it because I was watching it at like 2 a.m. and it freaked me the hell out.
I do understand that. Like the first time I watched Zodiac, actually every time I watch Zodiac, I get like a sinking feeling. Like,
well, dude, there's like I don't know. Yeah, it was at like 2 a.m. and I was just sitting, like I was in this room in the basement. And there was no windows or anything, and I was like, you know what? I'm gonna watch something else at 2 a.m. I think.
Have you seen The Girl with the Dragon Tattoo? American movie, not.
No,
or it's not American, but you know. I love that movie. Let me see. Have you seen The Curious Case of Benjamin Button?
Oh, that's a good movie.
Sorry to hear that. I hate that movie.
Wow.
I'm just kidding. I like it, but I think it's gassed.
Yeah, I'm not gonna put it on like any top list, but I do like that movie.
I just love David Fincher.
I remember you were telling me one time like David Fincher was supposed to direct like one of the Spider-Man movies. and he was gonna do like some like the origin story of Spider-Man was gonna be like a 10-minute like one-shot sequence or something like that, and then they were like, "Yeah, kill yourself."
I don't remember that.
I remember you telling me something like that. Now, again, I could have completely made that up because I'm a brain.
Oh no, you're right.
Yeah.
Like when you mentioned that, I thought you were going to talk about what's his name? What's the dude who made Avatar?
James Cameron.
James Cameron was going to make a Spider-Man movie, and it sounded fucking abominable.
Oh, interesting.
But yeah, apparently, my impression with Spider-Man is very different from what Sam Raimi did or what Sammy wanted to do. I think the reason he directed that movie was because he wanted to do the Marvel comic superhero. I was never interested in the Genesis story. I couldn't get past a guy getting bit by a red-blue spider. It was just a problem. It was not something that I felt I could do straight-faced. I wanted to start with Gwen Stacy and the Green Goblin, and I wanted to kill Gwen Stacy.
Dude, he's a real one, bro.
Whoa.
That's crazy, bro.
Imagine the title sequence of the movie that I was going to do was going to be a 10-minute, basically a music video and opera, which was going to be the one shot that took you through the entire Peter Parker backstory, bit by a radioactive spider, the death of Uncle Ben, the loss of Mary Jane, and then the movie was going to begin with Peter meeting Gwen Stacy. It was a very different thing. It wasn't the teenager story. It was much more of the guy who settled into being a freak. Wow. If only like filmmakers were allowed to make films, huh? Isn't that crazy?
that movie sounds really good.
Yeah.
And
What
Have
could've
you
been?
seen The Martian? I feel like that's a popular
that's that
one.
Matt Damon joint, right?
Yeah.
Keep that movie.
Actually, you know what I should do? This is perfect time for this. Let me fucking check my Letterboxd. Follow me on
Hey.
Letterboxd at Metthew J, I think. Trying to think. Have you seen Enemy?
No.
Yeah. I thought we made like literally everybody watch that movie.
I thought we did too. Have
That's
Yeah,
interesting.
it's just because I'm not a real friend. That's all.
you seen Prisoners?
No.
You've seen Prisoners is excellent. Oh, I forgot about that movie. Oh
Yeah,
man,
I'm just going through all my favorite directors right now. So
Yeah.
have you seen so you haven't seen have you seen Sicario?
No.
I've not seen Sicario.
It's not his best work. Have you seen Arrival?
Yes.
Arrival's fucking amazing.
Have you seen Blade Runner 2049?
No.
I love that movie.
To be fair, we were gonna watch that while I was there. We ended up watching like Fahrenheit 451 or something.
A much better choice.
Of
And then
course.
you guys also picked Cat in the Hat over Blade Runner.
That was
as well.
that was so worth it. It's ridiculous. You don't even understand.
I'm not gonna lie, like I did enjoy myself, but like over Blade Runner though, like that's just a little interesting.
Dude, Hannah like we'd gotten to like some big argument, and then she was like, all right, you can pick anything you want to watch.
Oh God.
And I was like, I just like wasn't in the right mindset to troll her because she will not watch Cat in the Hat with me. I wasn't in the right mindset. So then I was like, whatever. I guess we can just watch this. I don't remember even what I picked. And she was like 5 minutes into the movie, she was like, I cannot believe you didn't use this time to take advantage of the situation and make me watch Cat in the Hat. And I was like, no. But like I was also just like, because we just watched Cat in the Hat, I just wasn't in the mood to watch Cat in the Hat. Like it was just not.
Yeah.
It sucked. Have you seen Me, Earl, and the Dying Girl?
Oh, he has.
Xavier. Please tell me you disconnected or something. Oh my god, dude. Are you serious, man?
That's crazy.
Have you seen fucking Nightcrawler?
Yes.
Yeah, we've all watched that together. Come on.
Don't fucking laugh at me like that, because I've watched this movie with like everyone, like almost all the movies I've listed. I made
Yeah.
like there was a huge time frame, I think from like 2013 to like 2016, where like every time I liked a movie, I was like, all right, everyone get on Discord. We're watching a movie. And like
Said, have you seen A Quiet Place?
I don't like scary movies.
It's not scary. Like, please watch that movie.
oh,
I didn't watch that movie because it was scary.
It's not
so-
scary, first of all.
It's not scary. It's,
Okay. Well, then if it's not scary, I'll watch it.
I mean, it's
It-
scary, but it's not scary.
Right.
It's
Like, no.
excellent.
If it, I can watch those movies where like it's scary, but it ain't like scary to, you know.
Sorry. Isle of Dogs.
I really want to
That's
see
new.
that movie.
That's newer, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
me and Hannah saw that when we were in Seattle. I fucking loved that movie. I think I gave it a 5-star on my on my thing.
Yeah, Zed, you're also gonna want to watch Unsane. That was an intro. Like I think like the ride is fun and it's good.
I hated her voice.
I can't remember it much.
Her voice like sounded like she had an accent that she was trying to cover up. It's not important. Have you seen The Guest, Xavier?
No.
Please watch movies. Like, let me see if The Guest is on anything. It used to be on Netflix. Of course it's not. The Guest is like... Let me see if I can... let me see if I can pull up a scene from this movie, because I think you guys... Have you seen this movie, Chris?
Let me just look it up.
All right, we're going to watch this scene real quick.
The Guest. I've not seen this.
Okay, this
I think
scene...
I remember seeing a trailer for it.
I love this scene from this movie, and I don't feel like it spoils too much.
Okay.
So let's watch this. This is by the guy who directed what's that movie called? You're Next, Chris?
I'm bad with names.
You're Next is a movie with like the masks, and then the girl at the end, she like kills them and then finds out like her boyfriend was like in on it and shit.
Yeah, okay.
So this is by that guy. Are we all on 0?
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay, here we go. 3, 2, 1.
Got that little synth soundtrack. Sure.
This movie is very synth heavy. It's like actually the entire soundtrack.
You ID all of that?
Oh, what's this guy in?
What can I get you?
He's in Downton Abbey, and he's also in that show, the new X-Men show called like...
That's my drink of choice. Let me get one of
I don't know if that's where I know him from. If that's all he's been in, then I don't know, but he looks very familiar.
He's been in some other things. I just don't remember.
Drinking cheap beer. That seems like a shame to me. I'd like to buy each one of them a blowjob shot.
I'll take one.
Serious? I am. Yes.
A blowjob shot is not something you'd want to buy for women who are with men.
Look like I'd like to buy something for their fellas.
Might be the polite thing to do.
I want to watch this movie.
I love this movie. Please don't watch it without me.
Okay.
Let me get each one of those guys at Cosmopolitan.
Got the guys at Cosmo, bro.
Yes, sir, I don't know what you're going for, but I was thinking of beer.
Nope. Blowjob shots for the ladies and a Cosmopolitan for each of the guys.
See, this scene does seem very familiar. I think you made me watch this.
You got it?
Maybe I did.
Are you like rich?
It's also got the girl from It Follows.
I can't remember if I've seen this.
All right, prepare yourself. I seriously fucking love this scene.
Here's your Coke. Here's your Fireball. Got those shots of Cosmos coming right up.
Thank you.
So basically the premise of this movie is this guy was in the army with a family's son. That son died. He's now come back to like essentially like live with that, or not live with that family, but like that ends up being...
I have seen this.
Yeah.
I remember
and then he helps them out.
Yeah.
Like through their grief. That's like the best way to describe the movie without...
I can't remember a lot of specifics, but I do remember I have seen this.
Yeah.
How do you do that? You get used to it.
This is one of those movies I watched like twice in one day. Like the first day I saw it, I immediately like said, all right, somebody's got to be available to watch this with. Okay. So this is where it gets really good. These are a bunch of high school kids that pick on our friend here. So he's going to teach them a lesson. You watching, Zed?
I am indeed.
You're welcome.
I don't want it though. You can have it.
That was not the play.
Got him, right? Got him, right, fellas?
Oh, definitely got him.
Prepare yourselves, Zed.
I'm prepared.
You're not prepared. You think you are.
You're right. I'm not prepared. I've never seen a movie.
Look at the smile. He was like, I'm so...
Got him.
Why don't the girls scream? What the fuck is that?
Because this movie's like weird.
Pussy boy at your nigga, bro. Get your ass the fuck out of here.
Like, who actually
Is
pops
he
their
dead?
collar, though? Y'all finish or are you done?
For real. Actually, there's another scene I'd like to. This one's over, by the way.
Okay.
Let me see.
Yeah, I'd like to watch that movie for sure.
It's a great film.
This one's a little bit more spoilery, but like, it doesn't actually like take away from the movie or anything.
Feel that.
All right, so prepare yourself. This is another of my favorite scenes, I'd say.
All right.
I'm at ZZ Toaster.
Okay. 3, 2, 1.
I just want to say that kid with the collar like looked hesitant running up, and he
Yeah.
really should have just took his ass home, bro, because he got his neck snapped.
He really should have known, huh?
I hate that guy.
Oh,
Like that actor, I hate him.
I've never seen him in anything.
No, you're just on time.
Good.
Also, like, the
He's a-
guest dude is just
Before we get
hot.
started,
I was just about to
just
say
wanna make
that.
sure
He's
you
an
get
attractive
the
man.
No offense.
He's consistently got that shit-eating grin on his face
Should be
too.
good.
Because he's unfuckwittable.
Exactly.
Let's get started.
So right now he's buying some guns. For what reason? You'd have to find out by watching the film.
I'm sure you're familiar with it. In my opinion, if you've seen one of these, you've seen them all. But this baby, this here, is a 9mm Witness Elite. It's a very similar weapon
yeah.
to the Beretta, but I prefer the recoil. I mean, it's got absolutely no kick at all.
You ever seen someone take a gun apart like that, Zed? That gets you shit ready? That shit,
Yeah.
that gets you going?
I
You
have
want
seen,
me?
I have seen somebody take a gun apart like that.
Yeah, I'm Navy myself.
He put it back. What the fuck?
Yeah.
I've never seen someone put it back together like that.
You want the Elite?
Well, I'll take them all.
What, all the handguns?
No, everything. All your guns.
That's what I was thinking. Look, man, yeah, if you brought money for all of them, I'll cut you a deal. You can take them all off my hands.
No, I'm going to kill you.
Hey, what the fuck, David?
Listen here, 1 fucking second.
Oh, well, you're dead. No.
No!
You hate to see that, you know. It's not something you like to see.
Damn, he fucking booked it out of there, bro. What the hell? That was the fastest 40-yard dash I think I ever ran, bro.
I love
he's
this
gonna-
movie so much.
No. This poor guy.
It's high noon.
Draw!
Bob and weave, bro.
He did not learn from the Stark boy. He just ran in a straight line, bro.
Do you see his fucking hat fly off? Hell yeah. I might have to watch this movie again. What a great movie. No one saw this movie, by the way.
No, I'm going to kill you.
No, I'm going to kill you.
He says with a smile.
What the fuck, David? Boom.
I'd have been like, look, bro, like the guns are yours, bro. You ain't gotta do me like that.
It ain't gotta be like that, bro.
Yeah. You know. I recommend, honestly, I think you'd fucking, there's no way you wouldn't love that movie. Like, it's, if you just actually watch it, like, the thing is nobody ever watched that movie, so no one knows that they like it. But if anybody watched it, they would like it, you know?
Right.
It's one of them joints.
I wouldn't put that on high priority though.
That's one of, I love that movie, personally.
I mean, yeah, I think so. I think it's a good movie as well, but I think there's like other staples out there, so to speak.
I just want to get Zed into watching movies, and I feel like that staples don't necessarily get you into watching movies, but it's kind of like like once you're watching movies, you're kind of like, oh, I should probably watch Goodfellas, probably watch like, The Godfather, or like fucking whatever those other movies are.
Yeah.
So.
If you want to start watching movies, I'm definitely gonna recommend the Fast series from Fast 5 onward. All 10 out of 10s, bro.
Fair. Just to put this out there, I'm already there, Buckaroo.
See, actually, you don't need to watch anything else. You're good.
But
have you seen that movie 8th Grade yet?
Me?
Yeah.
No, I haven't. There's
Apparently
like quite a few movies in theaters I want to see right now.
Yeah, apparently I was gonna go see it, but the thing that like drew me away from it is that like I just don't know about spending money on like an hour and a half film. Honestly, like it's a little bit of an issue.
Go on a Tuesday.
Yeah, that's an option.
$5 movie day is actually the plug, bro.
Yeah, then I saw that it was fucking like made by like Bo Burnham or some shit. And I was like, well, that's interesting. But apparently it's really good. So that's interesting.
As Xavier said, that remains to be seen.
But yeah.
Thanks, man.
When Sorry to Bother You comes out, like I'm gonna make everybody watch that movie.
I'm definitely gonna make time to see it this week.
I really want to watch it again. It's like one of those movies where like I finished watching it and I'm like, I want to watch this again, but like obviously
I'm not gonna front for the brand right now. It may be like one of these days this coming week, like I might just go to the movies for the day.
Like watch. I feel that
because like there's I think like literally like 3 or 4 movies I'd really like to see. Like I can't remember them all. Let me look at what it is right now. Like I didn't even realize all. Like I'm trying to see Mission Impossible with Hannah today. So
I really want to see that movie.
I just want to see that scene where he's like, and
it
literally like makes a punching sound from him touching the air. Like I'm just like,
did you watch did you watch the previous Mission Impossible movie?
I like fell asleep watching it. I watched the one before that.
See, it's funny because I went to go see that with my friend and he also fell asleep because he had like just worked like fucking 15 hours or some shit. But like, oh man, that movie was good as fuck. Like I was not expecting. Like when we went to go see a Mission Impossible movie, I'm like, I don't know about this, Chief, but it was good as fuck.
Yeah, I want to see right now the movies I want to see. I want to see 8th Grade. I want to see Mission Impossible. I want to see Teen Titans Go to the Movies. I may end up seeing The Equalizer too because like me and Hannah are supposed to be going to a drive-in movie theater. And it's a double feature tonight for what's this movie called? Mission Impossible and The Equalizer.
I feel that.
So I may end up
I found out something interesting about The Equalizer is that like Denzel Washington says he like very rarely like agrees to do a sequel. So that was interesting to me. You know,
sorry to bother you. And I think that's it. But even that is still.
I've never even seen the first Equalizer, so.
I didn't either.
I'm sure you don't need to.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking, but
I don't think it has anything to do with it because like Chloe Grace Moretz was like a main character in the first one, and she ain't in this one.
She not in it, Jane.
No,
unless she died in the first one.
I think like the point of that movie is that he's trying to save her.
Gotcha.
So
he does a lot of those movies.
Maybe he like would. I would hope that he wouldn't deserve a sequel if he let that little white blonde girl die.
Like the thing is like Denzel Washington has been in like other like great films. Like I haven't heard much about The Equalizer, so I think it's interesting that he decided to come back for this one. It must have been a fat check because
I think I heard The Equalizer 2 was decent. Oh, I lied.
Yeah, like I haven't heard shit about the first Equalizer or this one. The only time I heard of The Equalizer 2 was during the NBA Finals because they were doing this fucking ad campaign for The Equalizer 2. They were like, "What NBA star is gonna be in The Equalizer 2?" or some shit, and it's just like, yeah, dope. I don't really give a fuck, but yeah,
that's interesting. Huh. Well, the Even More Secret Podcast, episode 18. think that was a fun
Yeah.
episode. I'm just talking about
Yeah.
movies a lot, but
Get
it is
over
what
it.
it is, bro. I ain't got y'all crying in the comments section. Oh wait,
know
you
what-
can't because there ain't no comment section on iTunes, bitch. That's why you should be a fucking Patreon, motherfucker. Or as my friend Mouth says, mother trucker. Do you guys watch
Shout out.
Mouth on Twitch?
Oh my god. No, I don't watch Mouth.
Oh, I like watching Mouth on Twitch.
Shout out my boy Mouth.
Twitch.tv/mouth or no?
No, twitch.tv/Grims. AKA Mouth. So, anyway, guys, thanks for watching. We appreciate you. We appreciate another month of patronage. You feel me? You're into me. Anything else?
Nah.
I would just like to say that the Purge movie, which has been out since July 4th, outsold both Sorry to Bother You and 8th Grade. So
Give me the loot.